the car, the driven road that had tire tracks in it. And at some point where we paused, you saw there was a divergence in the path. There was the tire tracks, kind of a well-traveled road, continuing to the north, and then to the right of the path, there was a divergent, looked like poorly traveled path that was covered with kind of the spreadings of golden leaves in this otherwise green forest.
Oh, like the dream. Not supposed from the dream.
Yeah, I think that's Eugene wanted to take that path. I think. I'm feeling great about that path.
Yep. I have more sanity left than I realized.
There you go.
Rub it in. That's fine.
What time of day is it at this point? How long have we been out here in these woods?
It's
Too long.
Yeah, it's probably about.
We slept at some point, but
Yeah, you slept before looking at the. You did the artist camp, and then you went to the hideout where you found Sydney Harris, and hung up on the tree you assumed was Christopher Dobbs, his accomplice. So you kind of went to the artist camp, then you went to the hideout, and then you were tracking back the people whoever killed Dobbs. You're tracking them, and it led you back to the road, the dirt road that seems to be leading towards the dig site. So it's probably about maybe mid-afternoon.
So
Still plenty of day left.
Jimmy's alternating between like peering down the golden path and twitchily looking over both shoulders and frantically cracking all of his knuckles and his neck, and like starting to pull his gun, then putting his gun back, then starting to pull his gun, then putting his gun back. So what do you say we go back and we collect that body and we let's go get our reward. We're done here, right? We're done here in these woods. We're done here.
You do not have the kidnappee. I don't know if Rachel forgot that.
Well, the $5,000 reward was for the kidnappee or for Harris?
It's for the safe return of the daughter.
Oh, dang. I thought it was just for Harris.
No, the father of the kidnapped daughter doesn't so much care. I mean, he would love to see this guy dead, but he doesn't so much care as long as he gets his daughter
Well,
back.
what Jimmy said stands. That's what Jimmy says.
Jimmy, there's a young girl we have to think about.
She's not alive anymore. You think she's still alive? She's not alive. What are you saying?
We need to find the girl. That's why we're out here.
You mean her body? You gotta find her body.
I agree. We must press on.
So you stand at the crossroads, team.
I can't remember. The dream is reminiscent of the like golden path.
Let's see.
Or is it the other path?
I think it's the golden path.
Where?
I was looking for my dream. I don't see it anywhere.
I just put no path through the forest.
It's in your
the
images.
Images.
It should be in your images if it's.
Yeah, my dreams and my images.
Yep, definitely from my dream.
Eugene's gonna kind of look around and kind of look at Jimmy, be like, "Not want to take stock in one's dreams, but Something about this path makes me want to walk down it.
Jimmy just shakes his head. Yeah, you're gonna get stabbed. You're gonna get stabbed down that path.
Now wait a second. You're telling me the girl's down this path?
No, I'm telling you, there's a ghost down the path with a knife that's gonna stab you in the chest.
Ghost knife.
Jimmy just nods and like freaks out and looks over his shoulder because he hears something.
Well,
gonna
I don't know
whisper-
about no ghost knife, but it seems to me this these tire tracks are the way to go if we want to find a girl.
I'm inclined to agree.
I leave it to the party.
Jimmy starts walking down the tire tracks.
I'm gonna head that way.
All right. So you guys just walking down the trail?
Yeah.
Yep, let's do it. It's gonna be great.
Okay.
I don't like how he said that.
So, as you walk down the truck road, kind of dodging some puddles in the mud here and there, you begin to hear the sound of activity up ahead. You hear some rare voices talking amongst each other, and sounds like you hear the sound of some tools, maybe shovels or picks, some scraping and grunting noises, that kind of thing. Continuing onward, it seems like there's a bend in the road, which is kind of obscured by what's beyond the bend in the road is obscured by trees and brush, but all of the activity seems to be coming from beyond that bend.
I'm gonna look to Leland and be like, should we, move forward with a little bit of caution and stealth?
Leland's gonna kind of squint his eyes and say, "Yes, that might be prudent." That gentleman that we met in the truck seemed mighty suspicious to me. I say we go with caution and scope it out first before we talk to anybody. Why don't y'all take the lead?
I can scout ahead if you like.
Yeah, Leland's gonna kind of hang back.
I'll give you a hand. And Eugene pulls out a pair of spectacles and starts like rubbing them on his coat, puts them on.
Mm-hmm. So what are you guys doing?
Les just gonna kind of head off of the road and make his way through the woods. Try to see if he can sneak through the woods and see what's going on up ahead.
Yep, Eugene
Okay.
is
We'll sneak
Eugene
behind
is
him.
following. It's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
have
sure.
my hand on my gun.
Jimmy's gonna kind of bring
Sorry,
up
guys.
the
I'll
middle.
be right back.
Yeah, Jimmy's gonna bring up the middle, keeping one eye on Leland, who he does not trust.
Okay. So the sneakers, the two up front, why don't you both roll me I believe is there stealth?
Yeah.
There it totally is. It's gonna be
Yeah,
great.
go for it.
Oh Jesus!
Eugene.
There's a.
Fumble.
Can I push that? Can I push it?
Push
You sure?
Because like a 99 is like real bad, right? There's like
real
a
bad.
fail.
Not as bad as 100, but it's bad.
But
Push
if I push it,
I should probably make it worse than just the fumble was if you push it and then still fail.
yeah. Which I mean, the likelihood of failing is
What are the odds?
I mean, your stealth is only 30.
Yes!
Oh, hard success.
I'm back.
Eugene puts his glasses back on.
Sure. So I'll say
I'll
with
try
your
to.
turn. Yep.
I'll try to push mine also since I failed my original.
Nice. All right.
Oh no!
All right.
Lester, there's a stick right there.
All right. Yes. So I will say that as you were walking, the um, you're walking through the woods, kind of paralleling the road as it turns, keeping an eye on what's ahead. Up ahead, you see what looks like maybe is a figure standing beside like a 5-bar gate that blocks the road around the bend. But as you notice this figure, Lester, you stumble forward, tripping over a branch and rustling a lot of leaves and branches in the process, causing quite a scene. The figure beside the gate seems startled and immediately reaches beside themselves and grabs a weapon, firing in y'all's direction.
We just fire, like immediately fires.
Yeah. You hear a shout, and this is the bad thing for pushing. So Lester, I need you to roll me your luck.
Oh, you got this, Lester.
There we go. Whew.
No.
All right. So you stumbled forward, and right kind of like over where you were standing, you hear a phew as a chunk of bark and wood splinters off of a tree above you, and then you hear a voice shout, "Get on now, get!" And you hear some clicking of a reload. The voice then calls back over. The figure calls back over his shoulder again and says, "Think that wolf's back."
Let's just gonna shout out, "Don't shoot! I'm not a wolf."
I'm gonna stand up with my hands up. Don't shoot. Federal marshal.
You see now you're standing up. You see a man, kind of dressed in similar attire to what you saw in the truck driver before. Kind of rugged work clothes, like an overall and overalls. He's holding a rifle. You just saw, and he's quickly reloading it. And as you see, almost his shoulders kind of like loosen up a little bit as soon as he hears and sees you guys. Yeah, he's kind of a middle-aged guy with thinning brown hair. Federal marshals.
That's right. We're looking for someone. Happened to stumble upon your encampment here. Your work site. Who's in charge here?
Boy, is that a good question. Let me look up my notes.
Okay.
It's been a minute.
Take your time, son.
Where is it? There we are. It's Carl White. our foreman. He kind of looks back over his shoulders. Does this have something to do with all the commotion we've been hearing during the night?
I can only assume so. I'd like to talk to Mr. Smith, if that's possible. Or White, or whatever his name is. You're Mr. Smith.
Mr. White, no Smith here.
Got a little meta for a second, sorry.
Well, I sure. You can see he kind of furrows his brow for a minute and kind of looks back over his shoulder a little bit, and he says, "Boy, Marshal, I sure would like to help you, but see, you're finding me in a little bit of a pickle. We're in today's blasting day, and I just don't know if it's right to let civilians in." He kind of glances past you.
Jimmy fires his gun, not like at him, but like up in the air, just like a loud gunshot,
Oh!
and says, "Don't you know federal marshals are trigger happy? Don't fuck with us."
Easy now, Marshal. We need to talk to Mr. White, and we need to do it immediately.
Let's see.
I'm gonna roll something.
Yeah, I think it intimidate. If you're trying to intimidate, I'll let one of you. Okay.
I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push it.
You know, push it.
Push it.
Push it.
No.
Cool.
Oh.
So you notice. Also, Eugene, you notice that the sound of the working up ahead has ceased. In fact, you're going to hear some footsteps approaching as well. The person in front just frowns at you and says, "Unless I'm mistaken, this isn't federal land. This ain't U.S. Marshal jurisdiction. So, I don't appreciate you trying to shove us around." At that, you see a couple more figures. I'll say you see one more figure with who's kind of looking around. There's another bend in the road up ahead, so you can't actually see the dig site yet. But comes around the other bend and is kind of peering at y'all and says, "Everything all right, Richard? Looks like you have some trouble." And he kind of is sort of readying his gun.
Now everyone calm down. My trigger-happy companion didn't mean anything by that. We simply want to talk to who's in charge here, and if that's Mr. White, that's who we need to speak to. We don't want any trouble. There's a girl's life at stake here.
Well, there's nothing to do with that around here. I can guarantee you that, and I can guarantee that Mr. White's going to say the same. Now, unless you have a federal right to be here that I don't understand, I'm going to need you to leave.
Do we have a federal right? Some obscure federal right?
I'm going to say pushing a roll and failing has got to have consequences.
Yep.
My intimidate is so high.
That was your social roll, guys. That was it.
My intimidate is so high.
So they're both kind of frowning, and they're both getting kind of fidgety with their rifles a little bit.
Just kind of whisper back to the group. I think it's best if we perhaps move away.
Yeah. Back to town it is. Okay, let's go back to town.
Holy
You
Fist
come back with the warrant, and I promise we'll be all smiles and daisies.
Andy, did we ever get any sort of deputy, like we've been deputized by the local sheriffs or something like some sort of papers
You
or anything
don't
like
have
that?
paperwork or anything official because there were probably 50 or so people
Yeah. Okay.
forming posses, and frankly, they weren't expecting any kind of like interactions out here in the woods. You're just looking for kidnappers, right? So no, nothing official
Okay.
other than a sheriff's or a marshal's badge.
I'll slowly back up to out of sight, but keep my eye on him as I'm backing up.
All right. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, it seems that going that route may be a little shot, literally. I'm gonna glare at Jimmy.
Jimmy shrugs and says, I don't know. I thought being a dick was a requirement of being a copper.
You ever learn how to use that piece properly, son?
I wasn't trying to shoot him. I was going to scare him.
Gentlemen, perhaps the good Lord is just telling us to take another path. Perhaps this is not the end of our adventure.
Perhaps the good Lord's telling you to roll better.
You think God's telling you to take that stabby path?
Well, it's definitely saying not to shoot each other. We're out here to find a girl to save her young life.
It seems at this point that may be our only option. All right then, Father, lead the way.
Of course. Father's gonna start walking the other way.
Okay. You can easily follow the road back to the path of gold, if you so wish.
I also, while I'm going that way, can I probably just use my listen? But can I like listen to see if two things: the work starts back up, and also, is there any change of like animal sounds as we go to this other path?
Sure. You haven't heard animal sounds since about the second day sometime.
Mm,
And that remains true.
that sucks.
I mean, it probably only takes you 5 minutes or so to get back to the branching path, and by that point, you still haven't heard. You haven't heard any signs of like shovels or pickaxes like you heard before, but you didn't really hear them until you were getting a little bit closer. Anyways,
Perhaps we should all be maybe a little quieter. We're clearly not welcome here or in the woods.
I think that would be a wise decision.
Well, down the bright, sunny path, and the father just starts walking in.
Jimmy's going to pick up one of the yellow leaves and kind of examine it.
it looks as if it is let's say it's a maple leaf that is gold.
Like it would be in fall, but it's not fall.
Roll your nature. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's yellow leaf like it would be in fall.
Jimmy kind of puts himself in the middle and is real fucking jumpy.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to spend most of his time like trying to perceive the path behind them, just to make sure he doesn't like hear anything or see anything on the path behind them.
Okay. Okay. What's everyone else doing?
Walking down this path.
Yeah, I
Behind
think
the Father.
Yeah.
the father's going to be looking for anything out of the ordinary, like bent, bushes that are pushed over, or, just anything that, as we walk this path may have diverted.
All right. So, if someone would like to lead a stealthing attempt, you may do so. Whoever would like to
I'll try.
helm the stealthing.
Do it good.
All right. So Leland kind of begins leading you through and picking steps, and is helping you guys keep pretty stealthy as you're approaching down this path. So after a short time, maybe 200 yards or so, the path twists around again. You notice these paths are pretty twisting and turning around little hillocks and cliffs and things like that. Very kind of Appalachian woods. Is this Appalachian? What's Vermont?
Yeah.
The Cascades. That's not it either.
No.
But you do come upon a small clearing, again littered with golden leaves. There's a cabin here, an older cabin. It's instantly familiar to at least one of you.
Yep.
And the trail continues on past this clearing as well. But yeah, it is a small, maybe 30-foot cabin.
Guess we check in here first.
Les just gonna kind of look up at the cabin and be like, y'all go on ahead. I'm just gonna stay right here.
What's the matter, son? Still squeamish from the last time we found a cabin?
Yeah, you could say that.
Lester blew a guy's arm off.
Fine.
I'll stay with you. And Father Nicholas just kind of walks over and awkwardly stands close to you.
Are there any windows in the cabin?
You notice that around there are a couple windows. It looks like there are. Actually, are there windows? Yeah, there are windows.
Okay.
And it looks like there is a like a cellar door, one of those like angled cellar entrances around the right side of the building.
Jimmy will draw his gun and kind of stealth up to Leland. You want the cabin or you want the cellar?
I'll take the cellar. You try to peek in those windows, but be careful.
Jimmy will nod and try to sneak up to the cabin and peek in a window stealthily.
What's
Right.
Eugene doing?
Eugene's gonna follow Jimmy with his. Actually, no. Leland's going in the basement.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'm gonna go behind you with my bolt action gun that I now have.
Okay.
Sure. All right. We'll go with Leland and Eugene first then.
Yep.
You approach to the storm door to the basement entrance, and you see that there is a padlock that is hooked through some chains,
Mhm.
and it is currently fixed and shut.
Mhm. Do I have anything?
I will allow both of you to roll a spot hidden check.
Hell yeah!
This will be a hard success.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Leland, you, as you're glancing at the lock and the door, you notice that there is a very faint blue glow coming between the boards of the storm door.
That ain't right. Look here. I'm gonna point out the blue glow to Eugene.
Odd. I adjust my spectacles. Can I use either my natural order or my occult to just get a feeling about that light?
At this point, no. You'd have to know a little bit more about it. Right now, it's a blue glow.
Okay.
Could be a lot of things.
That could be anything.
Well,
Could be a blue glow.
whatever it is, this way seems to be barred from our entry.
Well, should we follow Jumpy over there?
Probably a good idea. We're gonna walk around to Jimmy.
All right, we'll catch back up with you guys in a second. Jimmy, you're stealthing up to the front door, or where are you going?
Window. I wanna
There's a window.
listen under a window and then peek in the window.
Okay, roll a listen. Yeah, you don't hear anything.
Okay. I'm gonna slowly kind of creep up and like put my eyeball on the corner and just peek in the window.
Sure. It's your first glance is that you see actually no, roll a sanity. Roll your sanity.
Cool.
No reason at all.
Okay, all right.
There you got it.
Success.
All right, you managed to stifle.
Interesting.
You managed to stifle the reflexive scream that built in your throat as you glanced up into the window, and in the shadows, only a foot or two away from the window, you see dangling bloody legs. And after stifling the scream, you realize this is some kind of an animal carcass that's been skinned and starting to be cleaned.
Okay.
Dangling, just slowly swinging back and forth in front of the window.
Yep. Gross. Cool.
Can't see much past the carcass, though.
Okay.
You don't see any movement inside.
All right. I'm gonna try to sneak around to the next window, get a different perspective before I actually open the door.
You don't see any other windows. There's one window in the front by the door. That's it.
All right.
I'll allow you, if you wanted to take a good hard look through the window, you could spend a bit of time and make a roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a good look in the window before I open the door.
And spend a bit of time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Do you like a spot hidden or?
Yeah.
I'll send 3 success or 3 luck rather.
Sure. You see, it's a fairly empty room. You don't see anybody inside there. Yeah, you see there's a couple more animal carcasses hanging from the ceiling. Looks like there's a table, like a kitchen table with some like knives on it. You see a rifle leaning up against the wall opposite you, and there's some looks like some clothes hanging up on pegs on the wall.
Okay, but no movement and no obvious places where someone could be hiding.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to say. You're only looking through one window.
All right.
Like you couldn't see totally obliquely along the
Yeah.
the
Okay,
front,
I'll
the
start
front
moving
wall.
towards the door.
Sure. All right. They didn't spend much time at the door, so they're probably around in the corner at that point. Lester and Nicholas, you guys are just kind of watching this happen from afar. You guys doing anything?
Lester, he grabs a stick and he's gonna start drawing in the dirt. He's gonna draw some figures, and
That's
then
not weird.
he starts drawing the figures that he maybe saw somewhere.
Can I look at the figures? Is it reminiscent of a dream that maybe I also had?
Well, that depends.
Roll an art check.
Lester, do you want to roll? Yeah. What is it?
Is there an artistry check?
I think there is one.
There's
I
gotta
think it
be.
is. Yeah, I think it's a
Art and craft. I have it.
perfection or whatever it is.
One of those ones that has like multiple sub things.
Yeah, it must be because I don't see it under my my list.
Roll sleight of hand.
We'll just say it's like a difficulty 5 without training. Like,
Just roll a 100.
yeah, roll it. Well, maybe make it 10. 10's fine.
Okay.
Because most of these have a base skill.
Oh, so close.
Oh.
Don't push it.
No, I'm not gonna push it.
No. Do you want to spend some luck?
No, it's all right.
You would get a check in arts and crafts.
That's true. Although I feel like successfully drawing these figures might be a bad thing.
You succeed, and then Abe goes crazy.
I'm real close.
And you can tell they're probably like maybe people, maybe like a building, but it's really hard to say like specifically what's going on. You get a lot of stick figures and like block houses or stuff like that.
Yeah, Father Nick is gonna kind of look down at his mindless scribbles and kind of look back at the cabin, just kind of breathe deeply and sit down because his legs are starting to not work too well, and then he's gonna go join us in his service. It's just weird.
Wait, what'd you say?
Just something I heard in a dream.
Yeah.
Strange woods out here. And I'm just gonna start thumbing through the Bible.
Sure.
You should read Revelations. That'd be really helpful right now. You're all freaked out.
But I am really not paying attention to my surroundings at all.
Okay, good to know. The DM will remember this.
Yep.
So the three that are going into the house, or I assume you're going into the house. What are you doing?
Jimmy takes a big swig, and then throws the door open and aims his gun inside.
Sure.
Kind of sneaking, trying to bust in and make sure to do a quick scan.
What is your firearm skill percent? PS. Because I'm asking because Leland's still getting a gauge of you guys, and I'm assuming that especially if he's behind you, he would notice how good your skill is.
70.
Okay, so Leland, you got that.
Okay.
You've seen people that know how to handle guns and people that don't know how to handle guns.
Mine's
Okay.
a 25. I look pretty weak.
Yeah, Jimmy's at a 70 with his guns, so he's not he knows what's up.
Yep.
Jimmy's no
I guess
noob.
I'll pull my gun and come in behind him.
All right. Yeah. It looks like you see a single room. There's a small counter on the back with a sink and what looks to be like a wood stove in the corner. There is a old rifle that's leaning up against a wall. Several knives, which look kind of grimy, that are sitting on a table.
Gross.
A few of these animals hanging around seem well dead. What you thought was blood, Jimmy, you realize is probably more like rot at this point. And that's what you see.
Is there any food out or anything? I guess to give further indication of how long this hunter cabin has been empty.
There is no evidence that any of the cooking stuff in here has been used.
Okay.
Seems to be a hunter's cabin, though abandoned.
Is there a way into the cellar? Did I miss that?
You did not miss that. You have not yet seen anything.
Maybe there's another way into the cellar. I'm gonna start looking around.
Yeah, Eugene's gonna start looking under things.
Since you two kind of know what to look for, you actually see a similar blue glow coming from between floorboards in here as well. Very faint, but you see it.
What kind of hunter's gonna wander out of this cabin without his knives and gun?
One that maybe never left. I'm gonna nod down to the floorboards at the blue light.
Which one of you would like? Actually, I'll say you can both. Would be spot hidden. Is there another search, investigate kind of thing?
There is.
I don't want to keep using the same skills and deny you guys checks. You know what I mean?
I think it's really just spot. Yeah, there's listen and spot hidden. There's not a search.
We'll go for search then.
There's not a search.
We'll go for spot hidden.
Anthropology.
Spot hidden's fine.
Uh,
while they're doing this, Jimmy, what are you doing? Nice.
I'm gonna look for personal belongings or like anything weird.
Sure.
Like
you,
I don't know, symbols
so there's-
scratched somewhere or
where do you want to start? There's the stuff I mentioned hanging around in here.
there's a bed somewhere.
I didn't say that. No, that looks like there's like a couch with like there's a chair and like a wooden couch in here.
I guess like around the couch, like under and on the walls, like in case someone was like sleeping on the couch and like
Yeah.
scratching weird shit in the walls.
Sure. The couch is near where the rifle is leaning up against the wall. You notice that the rifle is old. It looks like it's very old, but it's been recently someone's been working on it. Like you can tell, there's like they've been working on some of the mechanisms in it, like trying to work out some of the rust and stuff.
Okay.
Old
Like,
gun.
can I tell? Like, is there like I don't know, like wet oil on it or anything? Like super recently has been worked on.
This is like a muzzle loader gun.
Oh shit. Okay. But as far as like, I don't know, is it dusty? Is it
It doesn't seem dusty.
okay?
Yeah, it does seem oiled.
Oiled like super recently, like still moist.
I mean, oil stays. Oil
Yeah.
stays kind of
Okay.
wet.
All right.
All right. So while you're looking at that, Leland and Eugene, you do find underneath a kind of ratty old rug a trap door. Just it swings open with a few hinges. That
Doesn't
kind of
have any locks on it or anything.
no locks.
I'm gonna quickly say to Leland, well, apparently he's not here. We should probably get going.
I
And then I'm
haven't.
gonna motion to the thing.
Okay. Say, yes. I reckon this place has been abandoned for a long time.
A long time.
Jimmy. I'm gonna just shout to Jimmy,
Yeah.
and then I'm just gonna silently indicate at the trap door.
Well, we might as well get out of here.
I suppose it's time we mosey on, hit that old dusty trail.
Yep. We're leaving right now.
I'm gonna start like stomping my feet.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's real good. All right.
He's gonna sneak over to the door as the stomping is happening.
And I'm going to signal that on 3 I'm going to open the door and that he should aim his gun down.
Okay. All right.
It's okay, Jimmy. It's just going to add to the illusion.
That's right.
Just knocking over pots and pans.
That's right. So Leland's gonna throw open the door, and what Jimmy's pointing a gun down there.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'll
Okay.
point a gun too.
Sure. So Leland, you throw open the door, and you see a ladder going down into an earthen basement. You can't see much except the earthen floor, and there are sort of kind of the corners of some like boxes, like box-like structures made out of stone. You can't see very much of them, but you kind of see some stone structures down there as well. And the stone is faintly glowing blue.
All of the stone?
Yeah, so you see like looks like the corner of like a box. But since you're only looking down like a 1.5 foot wide hole, it's a little hard to see what it is. Unless you want to like hang your head down there, you could.
I'm going to hang my head down there, holding on to my hat.
Okay. So you poke your head down there. You see a room similarly in size to the one above. It is an earthen basement. inside this room, there are 5 stone boxes, roughly 7.5 feet long, couple feet wide, couple feet deep. They have kind of carvings all along the outer surface of them. They are glowing faintly blue.
Stone boxes down here. That's what's glowing. I'm gonna jump down.
Okay.
Well,
You
come on.
know. The earth is soft under your feet at the bottom.
Oh God, I'm gonna follow.
Yeah, Jimmy will climb down the ladder.
All right, Lester and Nicholas, you kind of through the front door. You've been watching them, and you see them kind of go out of sight. They were sort of circling. You heard their loud voices talking about leaving, and then Nicholas, you would probably understand your brother's lies at this point in
He's
your
never
life.
been a good liar.
Yep. So, and then they disappear out of sight.
Do we see the trap door if we go up there?
If you head up to the door of the cabin, you'd see it. See
Perhaps
everything,
we should.
the carcasses lying there, the knives on the table, the
Yeah.
rifle leaning up against the wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna mosey up that direction. And seeing as that it's a small cabin, I'm gonna. You said there was like a couch or something. I'm gonna get inside the cabin and then like kind of position myself so I can see the door and the trap door.
Sure, you can do that. You can do that. You going with him, Lester?
Okay, so that was Father Nicholas.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, Lester will kind of slowly walk up to the cabin, but he's not going to go inside. He'll just hang out near the front door.
Sure.
And he'll just kind of listen in to see if he can hear what's going on.
All right. Okay. So you guys, the 3 of you that went down, you now are in this like 20-foot wide dirt chamber. It's a little bit cramped. It's a little bit short. It's only about 6 feet tall down here. And yeah, they're mostly filled up by these 5 stone casket-shaped boxes.
Yep.
Casket-sized boxes.
Hey, why did you be caskets?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Do they have lids?
Yep.
Is there any
Can we
writing
snip
on them?
the lid off?
Okay, so Jimmy walks up to one and just kicks the lid off.
Mhm.
Okay. You kick the lid off of one of the caskets, and with a thumb, I'm gonna have you roll something just so you can get a check. We're gonna give you guys options for checks.
All right.
Let's do. There's not just like a might roll.
There's throw.
No, I don't like that either. That's okay. You just kick it off.
Okay.
And a little bit of dust flies up from the ground. But inside you see there is this greenish gray like dust, like little piles of this greenish gray dust inside the casket. And there's also a book.
I don't touch any of it.
Read the book. Read the book.
I mean, you don't find it odd there's a book inside of a casket? Is there any writing on the book?
It is a plain brown bound book.
I run into a lot of earthen basements and old books. At least you guys do. I don't know that.
Can I inspect the casket? Like, is there anything on it? Any written? Any language markings? Anything?
You may where's the thing? You have like mythos, right? Don't you have mythos?
Yes. I have Cthulhu Mythos 2.
Yes.
I'm rolling
So
that.
you can roll that.
Sure, that's a great thing. 93. All right.
Nope. Yeah, it seems vaguely familiar to you. It tickles at the back of your mind as if you've seen something like this in another life, maybe.
This is gonna bother you, Gene.
In the future.
He like reaches out and then he like pauses and then he gets like a chill and then he picks up that damn book.
Sure. You have a book.
I have to open the book.
Okay. You.
Well, go on and do it then.
I have to do it. Eugene has to know.
Sure. You. Open up the book. Oh, it's so big. That's what she said.
Whoa, strange book. Leather bound.
I'm just going to share this with everyone. It looks like a journal.
Seems like a journal. Scribbly scribbles.
Oh, that's gonna be hard to read.
Uh-huh.
Looks like it's written by a Civil War soldier.
Strange we'd find it here.
Inside the front cover looks like there's the name of Joseph Turner. 1863 is on the front cover. Inside the front cover. So that's very bad handwriting. It would take you some time to read through this. So I'll give the players some time to read. But we'll come back to what you guys are doing in a minute while I get a drink.
And you said it was Joseph Turner, right?
Joseph Turner.
Okay.
Sorry, here's another one.
I just can't help it. I have to read this journal right now.
Oh shit.
Hail Glacky.
Deserters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about everything that we're doing here.
Wow.
Hmm.
So, while Eugene is poring over this map, what's everyone else doing down there?
So are all the caskets? They're all open or no?
They're all closed.
Oh, they're all closed. They're all glowing blue. And there's a
Mhm.
book on top of one of them.
Well, that was the one that Jimmy kicked open.
I see.
So that's the only one that's open currently.
I guess I'll open another one.
Okay. You begin to open a second one. Inside, you kind of push the lid over and it slides off with a grating sound. Inside, you see what looks like a metallic branch about 4 feet long, 2 feet wide, with one end sharpened to a point. It's kind of glistening metallic and sharp. One end of it is jagged and broken off, and it seems to have like a hollow channel through the center of it. It's knobby and nasty looking. Before you have a chance to do anything with that, you actually hear another. Actually, Jimmy, what are you doing? While he's reading the book.
Opening more caskets.
Another one. Roll a d6. All right. You open one and you see that there is a kind of a golden chain, which is very shiny. Actually, it's a silver chain that's very shiny, with like a locket on the end of it, and a similar kind of green dust inside. What are you guys wanting to do with this spear-like thing in the locket?
I'm gonna reach down and touch the spear and pick it up.
Sure.
Fascinated with it.
Yeah, Jimmy doesn't touch it. He just goes open the next one.
All right. So, Jimmy, you're turning around to open the next one, and as your hand reaches for it, the lid starts to shift. Before you
No.
you hear a grating sound and of stone on stone as the lid begins to slide. And you
Jimmy
see,
yells.
You yell.
Yeah. Ah!
Nice. And you see a hand emerge from underneath the casket lid, and a man begins to climb out, sort of holding one hand is pushing the lid over, and the other one's sort of like holding a hand up, kind of in front of, kind of open palm towards you.
Can Eugene immediately shoot him? Like drop the book and shoot?
Sure. You can make a roll. Go for it.
I don't remember how to do that. Is it this one? Yeah, that seems about right.
Good. You're doing good tonight.
Seems about right.
You're doing you're rolling all in the 90s tonight, Abe. Love it. Boom! Y'all's ears are ringing, and a chunk of stone flies off the sarcophagus, and you hear a voice say, "Don't attack! Don't attack!" And you see, kind of clambering out of it, is a man in a very threadbare, multiple times repaired and stitched back together Civil War garb. His face is in shambles with chunks of flesh missing. One of his eyelids is kind of drooping and torn. But then with a very humanoid, if a little bit wet and raspy voice says, "You don't know what you're throwing away." Kind of holds his hands up.
Eugene is still trying to reload.
Great, roll a sanity check, everyone. Everyone down there. Lester and Nicholas would have heard a gunshot, by the way.
All right. Yeah, I guess Lester at that point he would probably rush into the cabin and try to figure out what's going on.
All right. You all three kind of hold your stomachs in, and this terrible looking spectacle, this ghoulish appearance of this man. He's kind of clambering up to standing in the casket, still holding up both palms towards you. You guys have opened 3. He was in the 4th. What are you doing down there?
What in the good Lord's name are you?
Corporal August. Union Army, he says, and he kind of does a little salute. Oh, but we're so much more now, isn't that right, Jacob? And you see another casket lid starts to be pushing up out of the way.
How long do you think it takes Eugene to reload? Because he's firing again.
He's reloaded.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna fire again. Yep.
All right.
Down to 2 shots.
Okay, good. Another shot fires out in the basement. At this point, Lester, I'll say you're at the stairs. You could jump down if you wanted to.
But Lester's gonna jump down the stairs.
All right. But before that happens, everyone should roll their initiative.
I forget how to do that.
Is it Dex?
Oh wait, no. There's no rolling.
It's preset. Yeah.
Speed. Let me add these guys then, real quick. Real quick. August is down here,
I'm not feeling good about this at all.
and
I felt bad about getting the books. You guys were just kicking open caskets.
Well, now they're open on their own, so.
These aren't our fault. We didn't do it.
oh, that's right. Lester got a major wound
Oh no, Lester.
Oh, did he?
at some point.
Lester broke his legs or something.
Yeah, I remember he got injured, and then maybe it was a major wound.
Well, you had healed up since then,
Yeah, I healed up. 'Cause
but
it
you
looks like I'm at-
keep the major wound until you get medical help. Until you
Okay.
get professional medical help. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep. So the major wound just means if you hit 0, you have a chance of dying.
Okay.
That's all. Just that.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
Shh.
That's fine. So, in that case, another gunshot fires off. Jimmy, what are you doing?
Jeez. How many? Jimmy's gonna take a quick glance around. How many caskets are currently opening on their own?
Looks like the last casket you guys had opened 3. He was in 1, and the last one, the 5th one, has a person climbing out of it as well.
Okay. There are 2 of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy's gonna just sort of back up so his back's against the wall and kind of keep his gun trained between the 2 of them, but not do anything yet. It's gonna hear him out, I think.
Okay. Then we'll go to Father.
Yeah, the Holy Fist is gonna follow Lester downstairs.
Sure.
I don't know if I could get all the way in there.
It's getting a little cramped down there. In fact, it's going to start being pretty hard to do any kind of gunfighting in these cramped spaces. So I think at this point, there's enough people down there. There will be penalty dice for doing gun stuff downstairs. But yeah, you can get down there.
And I'm assuming see 2 strange beings. What in the what's happening here? He's a little confused.
Sure.
In case you guys forget, his sleeves have been ripped off because he used it as a tourniquet for Lester.
Oops. All right, Leland, Marshall.
All right, I'm gonna step over to Eugene and say, "Damn it, Eugene! Hold your fire!"
Trying to get a bullet in there
I'm
right
gonna
now.
I'm gonna try to push his. I'm gonna push his gun down toward the floor. Just keep
Sure.
my hand there. And I'm gonna say, "Now, what in God's name is the meaning of all this?" I'm holding up my gun as well, but that's it.
All right. All right. So, Lester, you're up. Jump down there.
Yeah, Lester really has no idea what's going on. He like, I as the player have seen and read the letters, but he doesn't know what the letters are all about.
You see Leland's kind of holding Eugene back. Eugene's frantically trying to reload a gun. And these 2 are kind of, one of them's kind of starting to climb up out of the casket, and the other one looks like is starting to had his hands in front of him and is starting to reach down to a belt where there's a bayonet hanging there.
I was just gonna say, what's going on? And then he's gonna look at the 2 guys and be like, "Oh, y'all look mighty sick."
Sanity check. Oh, I'm sorry. You 3 should lose 1 sanity.
Oh shit!
Fun.
Yeah, that's for making it. You lose 1.
So sanity.
Oh,
right.
just barely.
So Lester, you lose 1 sanity. Nicholas, I need you to roll sanity
shit.
as well.
Nicholas is about to lose his shit.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
Goodbye, legs.
Nicholas.
Okay,
I just
so you
crumbled to the
failed.
ground.
So your legs things happens.
Yep.
And you are also going to suffer 9 sanity.
Oh, you're fucked.
Everything's great. I can't feel my legs.
So yeah, you instantly fall to the ground as your psychosis takes effect. At this, You hear they've been shot at twice. Woof. They even tried to talk after the first shot. I think they're still gonna, yeah. All right, the first one, August, who identified themselves as August, is going to rush towards Jimmy.
Oh hell no!
So yeah, you can take a shot, Jimmy, with a penalty die.
Kablam.
There's +1 P at the bottom before you roll.
Too much pee.
It's like disadvantage, basically.
P.
I'll spend 4 luck.
Let's do it.
Okay.
That was almost a 4.
I roll damage. Yes, is that how it works?
Yeah, I don't even think this is something that actually is supposed to happen in the game, like teleports and whatnot, but it's fine. It makes sense. Yeah, whatever your damage is.
6.
6. Okay, okay. Okay, he gets shot. His shoulder kind of goes wide, and he is going to slash at you with the bayonet.
It's just like in my dream.
Yep. Would you like to what's it called? Dodge. So he'll just have roll your dodge versus his attack.
Hard success.
Okay. Yeah, so he swings at you. He takes a kind of a bullet in the shoulder and growls and swings at you. As he does so, his shirt kind of like comes loose, where it was sort of poorly mended and buttoned, and you see there's this like gaping, sucking wound in the center of his chest, very similar to what you saw in Christopher Dobbs after you pulled him off of that branch.
Oh.
Oh.
Jacob is also.
Is it like the size of the silver thing in that casket?
Jimmy doesn't really have time to think about that.
Alright.
But yeah, about that. Yeah, about that. So Jacob's going to do the same thing, but you won't be able to dodge the second one. And he's going to get.
Wait, he's coming at me too?
Yep.
What the fuck, man?
And he's going to get a bonus die because you're getting overwhelmed.
Eugene, you motherfucker.
They can't be real.
So you get stabbed by Jacob for 3 damage. As he also comes at you with a bayonet, and Jacob says, "You had a chance. You could have become one with the true God."
Oh, I don't like that.
Yep. See?
Top of the round. Wait, where's Eugene? What's Eugene's initiative?
How do I figure that out?
His feet,
I
dexterity?
think it's your dex, yeah.
45.
All right, so why aren't you in here? How do I add you? There you are. All right, go now. Technically, it would have been before they attacked, but it's fine.
Yeah, I think I'm going to continue to shoot them. I'm assuming that's with the penalty die.
That's what the penalty die. I hope you fumble.
Would you shoot me?
Oh, I dropped a freaking 5.
Uh-huh.
I got 1 shot left.
All right. Jimmy, I need you to roll a luck.
Shit.
It's fine.
Shooting into melee, man.
Hard success.
Good.
Okay.
You feel a puff of dirt on your back as a bullet slams into the wall right behind you over your shoulder.
Eugene, you motherfucker!
Jimmy, you're at the top of the round.
I'm gonna shoot the one that stabbed me.
All right, that would be August. Now you have, we'll see, you have 2 penalty dice.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Because
God.
not only are you in tight quarters, but he is actively swinging at you.
Okay, would I have that many penalty dice if I tried to, like, would melee be the same, or?
Melee would not be the same. Melee would be no penalty dice.
I feel like we need to get the hell out of here.
What is he? He's holding a bayonet?
Bloody bayonet. Probably have hepatitis.
Alright, I'm going to use my fighting brawl. I'm gonna try to just, like, kick him right in his bloody chest wound
Okay.
to get him away from me and, like, on the ground.
Go for it.
So no penalty.
No penalty.
Do it.
He's going to try to dodge. So you got a regular success.
Fuck it, I'm spinning my luck. I don't want to die.
Well, hold up. He failed his dodge, so you don't have to.
Okay. Alright.
All right, so you kick him. What's your damage?
Oh, it's only 1d3, but maybe he'll, like, back off of me.
Do you get a damage bonus?
I don't think so. So it's half of that. It's only 3. I don't think I have a bonus. Would I have a bonus from anything?
Is
You have
that
a plus 1d4.
Is
Yeah.
it size bonus or something? Size and strength?
Damage bonus.
Yep.
Should that be?
So you can actually just drag the 1d3 and it should add the d4. So right where it says fighting brawl.
Oh, but I rolled a 6. I want to keep it.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, you can just drag the 1d3 there. So you deal 4 damage. All right, so you hear a sickening crunch. He flies backwards from you and flips into the sarcophagus that he came from,
What?
and is still. Next up is Father Nicholas. You are prone.
Losing my freaking mind.
You are losing your freaking mind.
How close is I guess it'd be Jacob?
He's probably about 10 feet from you.
How far would it take me to crawl to his ass?
I say that'd be pretty much around.
All right. Well, then what Father Nicholas is going to do is grab his not moving legs and rock as he like holds the Bible to his knees, and that's what he's going to do.
All right. Sounds good. Then we have Leland.
I'm going to look at Jacob, and then I'm going to run and stab him with the spear that I have in my hand.
Okay. Go for it. So that'll be your. Oh boy, it's a specific melee thing. It would be fighting melee, I guess. I think it's going to be a base of like
Fighting melee.
25, I think.
Fighting melee.
Melee. Fighting.
So you can just roll a percent. So I think it's something you're not trained in at the moment.
So just roll percentage?
No, he's definitely been trained in weird
Yeah, just roll a percentage. I think we're
lance
shooting
things.
25 here.
He's been trained in martial arts.
Whoa.
Whoa. So you take a swing at this thing, but it's pretty unwieldy in your hands. You haven't used this kind of a weapon before.
Okay.
You're more used to guns. So it goes wide.
Okay.
Eugene.
Eugene is going to come a little bit to his senses.
Mhm.
If it has like a shoulder strap, he's gonna put it on. But if not, he's just gonna drop the gun, and he's gonna move forward and pull out his little switchblade, and I'm gonna try to stab him.
Okay, go for it.
And I'm gonna go. You can't be real.
That's not real. That's impossible.
You're so good at fighting.
Yep.
So good.
I'm
All
real
right.
good at the books.
It's there's too many people moving around. It's too tough to get to this thing. You're having trouble. Lester.
All right, so there's a penalty die because there's a bunch of people in the basement.
If you're gonna shoot.
Yeah, okay. And then
At this point, with your shotgun, man, it would be hard.
Yeah.
You know that it would be hard to shoot
Right.
a guy without hitting one of your friends.
Is there any space to even get in melee?
Sure.
All right. All right. So which of the two zombie guys has been stabbed?
So August got kicked backwards and is inside one of the sarcophagi. Jacob is currently still fighting.
Okay. So I guess Lester's gonna try to maneuver behind Jacob and garrot him.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah. Get him.
You can do it.
No, that's not good.
Son of a-
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, it's too tough to get in. There's too many people there. You just can't get the right angle for your garrote.
Damn.
Right. August does not move.
I guess that's good.
Jacob looks back towards the sarcophagus where August went. And he says, "August, you bastards!" And he is going to swing again at Jimmy. No. Yep.
Do I get to dodge?
You want to dodge?
I do.
Roll crappy. I failed. So it doesn't matter. He tries to swing at you with his knife, but fails anyways. Jimmy.
Take him out, Jimmy. Take him out.
I am going to attempt to just brawl him as well. Rather than shooting, I think. No, fuck it, I'm gonna shoot him. One penalty?
Yeah, it'll be one penalty. 2 penalty at this point.
Oh god.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody die.
I will spend 5 luck to succeed.
Okay. You do so in that case. You can roll your damage. Boom! You shoot him in the gut, and he staggers backwards a moment, but still standing. Father Nicholas, are you just gonna sit and stagger for a minute?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably be there until my legs start to feel somewhat unstuck.
Right on. All right, Leland. Marshall Leland, Marshall Hogue.
All right, I'm gonna fire this time.
Okay. Just 1 penalty die for you.
Okay.
Everything's gonna be great.
It's 1P. Kerblam. Dang.
All right. So you're gonna miss.
Okay.
Do you want to spend your luck?
Nah.
Oh god.
All right.
I mean, it's sure it's fine.
What's the worst that could happen?
Happen. Jimmy, why don't you roll your luck again?
Oh.
He's a lucky guy. He's fine. Oops.
All right. So you are a bullet fires past and grazes your shoulder. You get damaged for 1. 1 damage.
Damn it.
Eugene.
Yeah, Eugene's gonna look to Leland and to Lester, and then I'm just gonna try to stab him again.
90s. Every time. You guys are doing good.
Real good.
All right, Lester.
All right, Lester's gonna try the same thing as last time.
Sure.
Oops. There we go. Oh, come on.
Gotta be kidding me.
You gotta be kidding me. Jacob's going to look over his shoulder again towards August and he says, I'll bring one of you to Glocky, and he is going to try to rush out of the group, and he is going to grab onto Nicholas on the ground.
Son of a bitch.
So Nicholas, why don't you roll a let's do an opposed brawl. He's gonna try to grab you.
I was born for this.
Oh, holy shit! Yeah, you were. So he tries to grab you, Nicholas, but I mean, how do you just shove him off? What happens?
Not today, Satan. And I hit him. I hit him with the Bible that I'm holding around my knees.
Nice. What? Go ahead. Just roll your brawl damage.
Oh shit! That wasn't right. Hold on. I don't want to do this. Oh. I feel like I did this before.
It says damage.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Nice. Well, probably because it was an extreme success, it did a critical hit for you, so it did maximum.
Oh.
All right. So the guy comes towards you and you say, "Not today, Satan," and you slam him with the Bible. With a crunch, he kind of crumples to the ground and is still. And the blue glow shimmers in the basement, but it is otherwise quiet here. There is a small earthen or stone stairway that leads up to storm doors at one corner of this room. Forgot about that part.
Yeah.
There, as you know, locked from the outside.
All of it open at this point.
All of the sarcophagi are open. There are the two bodies in there, both of which have sickening chest wounds and have like this greenish slimy dust on them.
And then there's the locket and the
Yeah, there's some random
branch.
tchotchkes in these, like personal trinkets. There's the journal. So, what are the tchotchkes? You see, yeah, like there's a locket with a picture of a lady in there. There's a golden ring in one of them. The journal, spine, and the dust-like green stuff.
We should burn this whole place to the ground. Destroy it all.
I kind of have to agree with you. I'm going to use the ladder to pull myself up.
Sure.
Lester's gonna go around and he's gonna start gathering up, like maybe some kindling wood, and if there's any like cloth or fabric, kind of ripping it up and just spreading it around.
Sure. The cabin above is not. It's old wood, and it's not. You think that the cabin itself probably could burn, but probably would take a lot of setting up of a fire or finding some kind of an accelerant. The basement is an earthen basement, so it would be pretty tough to burn dirt and stone.
All right.
If you guys wanted to burn this down, it would take several hours getting that set up and trying to collect wood. Trying to do it.
Eugene's going to look at Leland and go, what exactly do you have in your hands over there?
I don't quite know. Found it in one of these sarcophagi.
You thought it'd be a good idea to just pick it up and swing it at someone?
Seems like it could be used as a weapon.
Interesting. Can I take a look at that weird branch cylinder thing?
Sure.
Be careful, it's sharp. I'm going to hand it to him.
I want to use my... I think it's... Yeah, Natural World. I want to know if this is like any metal that I've ever studied in a book.
Absolutely, you can roll that.
20 luck points, that's a lot.
Do you want to push it?
Push it. You know what? Eugene's due. I'm pushing it. Nope.
All right.
God damn it.
So Eugene, as you're looking at this thing, you suddenly draw your hand back with a gasp, and there is a small pinprick of blood on your finger, which you quickly wipe away. Take no damage.
I'm sure that's not a problem at all.
Yeah, you've never seen anything like this metal before.
This is a strange one. It's odd. And I kind of like suck on my finger absentmindedly where it was bleeding. Sadly, Lester, I don't think we can burn this place down. Perhaps we could break them if we wanted, though I'm not quite sure how.
Break the sarcophagi, you mean?
Yeah, I don't like the strange glow. Even I can't figure out what that's about.
All right, Lester's gonna go upstairs and look around for so like a hammer or anything he could use.
You don't see any kind of tools up here. There's like a small, I guess you would probably find some kind of on the table you see there are 3 bayonets, which are bloody. There's the rifle, the Civil War rifle that's leaning against the wall. That's pretty much it. There's some cookware.
All right. Yeah, he's gonna be like, well, at least we should burn these abominations. Points to the bodies of the 2 guys.
I'd have to agree with that. Father Nick slowly getting the use of his legs back. I could carry one up above. Unless we're gonna burn them in their caskets.
I will point out that you guys can totally do that. It will take some time for a body to burn, and there are still people that you know have been kidnapped and could possibly still be alive. So it would definitely take several hours to like gather wood and to make sure bodies burn and that kind of stuff.
What about this? Why don't we tip them over onto the bodies? Even if they somehow manage to keep moving, it might take a lot of effort to get these things off of them.
I think we should put as much distance between us and this cabin as possible. And we should continue searching for that girl.
A little sad that Leland made his sanity roll, or else he'd be real paranoid right now.
This cabin is evil. It needs to be destroyed.
Well then, let's destroy the whole thing. I'm gonna head back upstairs and look at the stove and kitchen area.
Okay.
Oh shit, Andy, can I throw some holy water in one of them?
Sure.
Apparently that's something I have.
Sure.
Compels you.
I'm gonna read a passage. I'm sure there's one in particular that I would read, and then I'm gonna throw holy water on it.
Absolutely, you do so.
And then I go back upstairs.
All right. All right, what are you guys wanting to do?
Absent any like convincing or arguments from anybody else, Lester's gonna start gathering up some stuff to burn the place down.
Sure.
Yep.
So yeah, it would probably take. I would say if you guys wanted to go that route, if you're hoping to burn like the bodies, would be probably at least a couple hours between like gathering wood and like making sure the bodies burn and that kind of thing. Wanting to burn the cabin would probably be a little bit longer than that. Probably more like 3 or 4 hours.
Well, I don't know that we're gonna stand and watch it burn down.
Sure.
We'll try to start a fire and leave.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I would say if you wanted to, it would take maybe an hour or so of gathering up wood, either just from the house itself, or setting up that kind of, or foraging for some dry wood out in the forest. Yeah, you could spend probably about an hour trying to set up a fire.
Yeah, I'll go. Well, if we have an hour.
Father Nick wants to push something heavy onto the trap door, since apparently it's locked from the outside.
True.
So I want to barricade the trap door if we're going to try to burn them.
Okay. So there's okay, yeah, you can block the trap door, so you're going to leave the bodies downstairs.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like them at all.
No, that's fine with me.
Yeah, I push something over, whether it's the couch or just something that it would take a lot of strength to move.
Right on. You can do that. Is this the course we're taking?
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to set
I
a
think
fire.
so.
Okay.
I agree, though. I don't think we should wait and watch. I think we should just make sure it's actually lit and then go.
Sure. As you guys are foraging for goods, are you guys kind of splitting up to get wood and stuff in the forest?
Maybe like partners.
Okay, it'll take a little bit longer if you're not like fully split up, but that's fine. Who's our teams?
Jimmy goes with Lester.
Good.
Yes, Leland will go with Eugene.
Father Nick takes his Bible and starts walking in the woods.
Father Nick, your legs are still feeling pretty wobbly.
I guess we'll take Father Nick with us.
Yeah, I could just.
How to hold him up.
Yeah, that would work. That would work. I mean, I could just stand here. No, I'll come with you. Got the wobbly legs.
Yeah. So it'll take a little bit longer with Nick. I say, because you're what? How are you doing? Your sanity is at single digits.
Yep, 5. Solid 5.
Your damage.
Just stay
and
here.
you have psychosomatic, no legs.
Yep. There's a lot of. I'm actually probably just sitting on the porch. There's a lot of reading in the Bible. Lots of Lord have more mercies coming out of my mouth. Yeah, I'm just. You guys go get some wood. I'll be here, rubbing my legs.
Nice. All right, so you guys gather some wood in the forest. And you come back, and it's been maybe an hour or so of gathering wood. Maybe not that long, but then it's a full hour by the time you've set up the fire to burn the house down, and you set it alight. You're there with a burning house. There is woods all around you, the small clearing that you are currently in, the trail that leads back to the dirt truck road, and a trail that moves onward towards You don't know where.
Parts unknown.
George's parts unknown.
I feel like that's where we got to keep going, right?
Yeah.
Feeling great about going that way.
It's gonna be great.
Let's go that way.
It's gonna be great.
Yep.
Following the order, so as you set the cabin alight, you hear some screams from the basement. I'm just kidding. You don't.
Why?
You don't. It's still and silent. But the house burns behind you. You see some smoke rising from the forest as you start traveling away from it. Following the older trail further still, you begin to see glimmers. It's beginning to be a little bit later in the evening at this point, growing towards evening, I will say. You see kind of the glimmers of water through the trees. And before you, the path begins to turn towards the north. And to your right, you see the edges of a black and stagnant lake.
Mm,
Some of you may recognize.
I don't like that at all.
Ahead of you, the trail opens up onto somewhat of a beachhead, a kind of a grassy beachhead at the side of the lake. And there are poles about 5 meters in from the shore of the lake, strapped to which 5 of these poles are people.
Somebody's.
There's multiple poles which looks like they have bodies on them up ahead of you.
Can we tell how fresh they are?
Have to get closer. There's no distinguishable smell or anything at the moment. The lake smells a little stagnant, so you get that smell of like algae and rot.
Andy, quick question. So my temporary insanity, I have another 7 hours of it. Assuming somehow I stay alive, would you say that I used 2 more hours while we were like investigating and burning the cabin and talking to those people?
Sure.
Okay, just in case I somehow live.
Mm-hmm.
Lester feels a lot better after burning that cabin.
Yeah. In fact, I will allow everyone for burning the cabin may regain 3 sanity.
Holy shit! I'm still single digits.
It's a little cathartic.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you. Bless you.
Excuse me.
Those bodies are sneezing.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Lord.
Lester says, wait here, I'll look on up ahead. And then Lester's going to kind of see towards the lake.
Leland hangs back and says, "There's something in there."
All right, Lester, as you approach these people, I need you to roll a sanity check.
Oh, no.
You see, as you approach from behind, these are all facing away from you towards the lake. Each of these bodies is hanging up. Pierced through their chest is a spear-like shard of metal, several feet in length. They're covered in blood and viscera on their fronts. As I said, you're kind of approaching from behind. The path goes behind them, and they're up against facing towards the lake. You failed, so seeing this grisly sight shakes you a bit, and you take 3 sanity damage.
Easy come, easy go.
Mm-hmm.
Back where I started.
Do you want to get closer or approach to the front to see if you notice anything else?
No, he's gonna return to the group after being exposed to this.
As you turn your back to start walking away, were you sneaking or anything?
Yeah, I was trying to sneak to the
Go ahead and roll that.
No.
Okay. As you start to walk away, you step on a branch with a sharp crack, and you hear a voice say, "Is someone there?" And let's roll another sanity check, because you realize that voice is coming from one of these people on the pierced through the chest.
Oh,
Got it. Okay. So you only suffer one more sanity damage. As you realize that these people who should be dead, one of them is trying to talk to you.
Lester, he stops in his tracks, and he's gonna turn around and be like, Who are you?
Uh,
How are you still alive?
my name's Joy. They took us in the night from our camp. They brought us here. They took us to the dig site, and then they brought us here. There's a boy and a man and a girl. One of us ran away, but they kept the rest of us. They're trying to drag something out of a pit in the dig site. I saw them. They're digging for something. Tools and dynamite, they're digging. They put us here. They said they want us to meet someone. Something terrible's in the water. Something terrible. I can feel it. I can feel it spreading like a sickness. It's in me. It's in me. Kill us. Kill me. Get the spine out of me. This young woman is starting to yell at you. Kill us.
Lester, he feels a strange compulsion, and he's gonna start walking towards the bodies and to try to face the woman.
Mm-hmm. Sure. You all would hear this happening. You hear this. You see Lester pausing, and then you kind of hear some of the shouting happen. She's sobbing. You see what you see there in the picture. There are 5 of them. They all are kind of they all are look to be in their 20s ish or late teens. And they all similarly have these spines protruding from their chests. But they are all conscious. And she's after her final plea of "kill me, please," and then she's just sort of just starts sobbing and looks down towards the ground.
Lester's gonna walk up to her and he's gonna say, I've seen some terrible things, but nothing like this. I will put you out of your misery, and may your soul go to peace. He's gonna raise the shotgun.
Okay.
I'll give anybody else a chance to do anything that they want.
Sure.
Leland has his hand on his gun, and he's like his fingers are just like tapping on the hilt of his pistol, but he looks like he wants to move forward, but he just doesn't. He can't.
Sure. Yeah, you see Lester leveling a gun at one of these people on the posts. Lester, you would probably know. You know Killen well enough to know that these spines are going through these people's hearts. So by all means, they should be dead.
Yeah, he's gonna aim for the head.
She as you lift it up, she says, she kind of glances over her left shoulder, kind of northward, up along the path, the way you guys were going. She says, "They'll hear you. They'll hear you. Remove the spine. Kill me." She kind of wriggles around and like looks down at the spine poking out of her chest.
Is the how high up off the ground is like? Can I reach the spine?
Sure. Yeah. Actually, their feet are resting on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's basically chest height for you.
Okay. Yeah, all right. So Lester will take, he has a coat or a jacket. And he's gonna kind of wrap his hand and forearm in the jacket. And then he'll try to grab the spine and pull it out.
All right. Go ahead and make a. It's going to be hard, strength, or dexterity.
Looks like strength is better for.
You got this. Oh, no.
Oh geez, do I even want to push it? No. No, Lester's gonna kind of call over to the group and I need some help.
Your fumble as you put your hands on the pole and start to yank on it. You hear she lets out this pain shriek that just echoes around in this across the lake as sort of the post gets wriggled around in her chest. She just lets out this agonized shriek.
Yeah, well, I figure they're gonna hear that now. Come on now. He kind of starts yelling towards the assembled group. Help me out here. We need to give these people some final rest if we can.
Father Nook will come limping up. I was gonna say running. He'll kind of grab the spike with Lester and try to pull it out.
All right.
Good old college try.
Go for it.
Is this with a penalty too, or a hard?
No.
And you said just strength?
Yep. All right. With a sickening, you're able to yank this spine out of this woman's chest. The other people around are kind of look between them and says, "Please, us too. You have to end it. Remove the spines." Back at the trail, Leland and Jimmy, why don't you guys roll me a listen check?
I'm sure everything's back good at the trail.
Yeah, it'll take them
What
while.
are you guys doing?
Nice. We've had so many 90s tonight, guys.
Great.
Yeah, you don't hear anything. So yeah, as you pull the spine out, she just there's this look of kind of gratitude passes over her face, and she just slumps forward after a half second. If you guys wish to, I won't call for any more rolls, but you can remove the remaining spines from these people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Nickel say, rest well, and then make sure their eyes are shut.
All right. then, so you cover her eyes and say, "Rest well."
Those are some good rolls for us, right?
Okay.
Feeling great about our predicament.
So the woman, or you're probably the last person, which is, let's see, who would it be? Brian. It was probably Brian.
It's always Brian.
Remember you guys
Classic
with
Brian.
Brian from the Artist Journal? It was probably Brian. Oh yeah, there's definitely paint on these guys' clothes, just so you weren't sure. They're the artists. So you pulled the spine out of the last one, male, and cover his eyes, and say, "Rest in peace." You guys hear a sharp crack, and Father Nicholas begins walking back towards the group, falls to his knees, and falls forward with a dribble of blood coming down his head.
No, Father Nicholas.
And you guys look to the north, see two people in Civil War garb holding rifles, pointing them towards you.
Yeah.
I rolled like 16 damage on a surprise extreme attack.
He went out the way he lived.
Father Nicholas gave peace to a couple people and turns back to share his success with the group and falls to the ground.
See a nice smile on his face. Almost at peace.
Rest well, Father Nicholas.
And we don't even have time to say that because I think that's where we're going to stop for the night.
All right.
You started with 20 insanity.
Oh boy. I was like, yeah. You guys, yep.
Nick.
There was a lot of rolls tonight.
I feel like we did really good. Like a lot of almost hundreds. I mean, that's good in this game, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
97, 98.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good.
I mean, yeah. How many did we actually succeed tonight? Like 2?
You guys succeeded quite a few. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm scrolling up. There's a lot of 80s and 90s.
It's really bad.
A lot of really high rolls.
All
And
right,
then-
guys. I gotta go to bed.
Good.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night.